Hi, fellow traders. I hope everybody had a good day today. I had a pleasant surprise this morning that I'm going to share with you here in a few minutes. But before I go on, you may hear some background noise here and there. We are in a condo here at the beach, so you're going to hear some things here and there. But it shouldn't be too bad. Um, should be able to get everything across. So without further ado, let's get into my trades from today. All right, the first one I want to talk about is CBI. I was holding the last 100 shares of this short overnight. We've been shorting it from up here. And it's been more like a day swing trade, if there is such a thing. I was like, get in early and just hold it all day and take profit at different points. The last couple of days, it's really paid us pretty good. I was waiting and I was holding for this last move, this last point down to, around 18, 19 is this level here, right here. So I was waiting, looking for the rest of this move to get this last point, and I was going to take it off and then wait and see kind of what happened. But some news came out this morning on this, and it seemed to be positive news, but we didn't get a gap up. And I was sitting there and I was looking at it, and the news hit the wire at about 8 o'clock. Well, really, it was before that. Some insider news place put it out, and somebody reposted it, and it was a little bit before 8, and then at 8 o'clock it hit the wire. But we didn't get any movement in the stock. I mean, it did, was up around 1930, 1940s, but that was it. It wasn't going anywhere. And so we did get a little pullback to around 1915 or so. And that's kind of when I decided, I'm not going to wait for this thing to move on me. I'm just going to take it off. And you see here, these are the two entries right here, or where I covered. I had my order in at 1915, and 99 shares covered there, and then one covered at 1903, which is crazy. But this was only like $11 loss. It was pretty much a wash trade. But just to show you what I was looking for and why I held it overnight, I was just waiting for this last little move that we didn't get. Now, we still can continue to fade and pull down here to the 20. I mean, that's still a possibility. But with the news that came out, and I think this is highly manipulated at this point. You've got a lot of people pushing this, a lot of people saying this is a buy, this is a buy. But the fundamentals just aren't there. And I looked at the fundamentals because this was to be a more of a swing type trade at first. This was a swing trade for us, so I did know the fundamentals. And this was the big move on this swing trade. And we'll talk about another swing trade, but this is what's been happening for the last 3 years with me on my swing trades. This is not something new. I've got a strategy that works. I'm not the only one that does it. There are other people that teach something similar, but I have a specific, some people use small caps, some people use large caps. I like mid cap stocks, and I have my own twist to it, but it works. And this is really what's been sustaining me, through all of this, and through, trying to help everybody, and, trading small day trading. This has been where everything has been coming from. So this was a swing trade we took. So we caught this big move, and then I started shorting it, catching the move back down. But we'll see. I'll keep an eye on it for next week. It'll be something that I'm going to be looking at. CYTK. This is a stock that hit our scan on Sunday. And, if you're in the swing trading class, one of the things that we started doing is we have a Sunday watch list building session where we go through our scan, vet the stocks, kind of look into them a little bit to see what's what and what technically is setting up. And this CYTK was probably the more perfect setup. Now, yeah, we didn't have a whole lot of volume, but we're not looking for a whole lot of volume in swing trades. We're looking for volume to come in once it starts to make the move. But what we're looking for is to try to find where it's going to bottom and then wait for a signal to enter. And this is it right here. We waited. We saw this candle was Friday, and when we scanned, we saw it. We saw that it was sitting on the this ascending support here, and the 200 was right below it. So we had solid level of support. So this was definitely going on our watch for this week. And it just so happens Monday we opened, higher, gave us a signal to enter, and I jumped in. And I told everybody that was in the swing trade that was looking at this with me, I'm getting in. Some followed, some that we already looked at this, they knew what to look for, they knew what they wanted to do, they got in. And, some people that with the day trade mindset was looking at this and was like, nah, this is mess, there's nothing. No, there's nothing for a day trade, but there was something for a swing trade. And that's exactly what we saw. And I tweeted this message out this morning, or this afternoon if I can get it up here. I'm having serious issues with trying to get these monitors merged together. But this is one guy that was in our swing trading class. And, he took 1,000 shares at 12.05. Very tight stop like we talked about on Sunday. And the stock has done exactly what I said it was going to do. He sold half his position at 13. I sold half my position at 13. I went in with 2,000 shares. He went in with 1,000. He got a better entry than I got. He waited for it to pull back. Got in at 12.05. I got in at 12.13. But both of us took half off. He's up $475 with 500 shares left. So all together with unrealized gains, he's up almost 2,000. He's only been in 2 classes. And this is the first strategy I teach, and it's the most lucrative. And every week since we've had class, the last 2-3 weeks, we've had, a couple of breakout stocks. And it's just a matter of applying what you learn and being disciplined. That's it. All right, so CYTK, I did take half off. I'm looking for to push up to the 20. If it gets stuffed here, I will take it off. But my goal has already been met. My goal is met. So that's exactly what I wanted to see. If, we set up and we continue to push up, then hey, that might be something I entertain when we get here. If it looks real strong, I only may take, 500 shares off and leave the other 500 back on. So we'll just wait and see what happens. All right, so let's get into the day trade today. That's probably what everybody's waiting for. Now I gotta apologize. This, I don't know why these screens do this, but I can't see these numbers, and I know you can't either. But you can kind of faintly see, where I entered and exited the trades. Let me bring up the. So I had to take a picture and blow this thing up so you could actually read the numbers. But this is the CBI. This is the one that we looked at earlier. Okay, my first entry. This is me not being able to see what I'm doing. That's what happened. I got in, I couldn't really see what I was doing, and I got out. And when I could see what was going on, I got in a little bit too early and ended up getting stopped out. This was the first entry that I had. So you can just kind of ignore this, because this was just a snafu. This wasn't even an intentional trade. I just couldn't see what I was doing. Obviously I can't see the numbers here. So I switched over to my Thinkorswim chart so I could see. And for some reason I jumped in. Fear of missing out, I guess. But I was supposed to wait for it to test this and then get in. I wasn't waiting for the 5-minute opening range breakdown on this. I knew what was going to happen. I knew we were going to open and we were going to go up, test this, and I was going to catch the rejection and anticipate the 5-minute opening range breakdown. I'd already be in and just, take it down. So this was a solid trade. This is a strategy. I don't use this that often, but when I do, it's when I feel that there's a home run potential here. And with O'Reilly's selling off, I can't remember, what's that ticker? ORYL. I think that's what it is. That was a $200 stock, so I stayed away from it. This one was a $100 stock that gives us monster moves. If you remember, this was another one that we swung 2 weeks ago, picked up 5 points on the first day. That's all we needed. That's all I was looking for. I thought it would take 2 or 3 days to get there. We did it in 1 day. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. That was it. So I knew this stock had big moves in it, and I knew this was home run potential. And, we got in after the stop out. We got in at 110.76 right here. And these levels I know you can't really see. So I'll kind of tell you what really this is unreal. Hold on, guys. My scans came online. I told you this. My mouse and platform goes with every which way. It's going every which way. All right, so what I was looking for, this was 111.94. Might as well say 112. So I was looking for it to go up here and tap 112, and then I was getting short. So I got short 110.76. I was a little bit, obviously I was late, but I knew this thing could make these moves. And this level here was 109.65. And this one was 108.76. So I was looking. I waited for it to get through this. I figured we were going to fade this because this was right on the opening range low. So I was looking to take some here at the next level, which was 108.76. I got it at 108.66. I took 50 shares off there. I took 25 more off at this halfway point. Now yeah, I probably could have waited and held to this, but you don't know. You don't know whether it's going to make it all the way or not. So I took some off here at this halfway point, 107.50, and then finished up just below this level here, which was 106.88. So I finished up just below this at 106.41. Now, I thought we were going to bounce. Honestly, thought we were going to bounce. And we tried to. No, we tried to bounce here. We couldn't. And this was doing the same thing. I can't remember the ticker last week. Same thing that ticker was doing. It never did bounce, but it just kept selling off. So I just kept thinking about that. So I got in right here at 104.96 again. I got back in, took some right through 103.10, took some here, and here I was trying to change my stop, but I got out here right on this level. This level was 103.75. No, 102.74. I'm sorry. 102.74. So I got out at 102.80. And again, I waited for a bounce. I thought we would get a bounce here. No, we tried to bounce a little bit. Nothing. So I did get back in right here at 102.55. We got some resolve, but then we ran back up. It ran right back up and stopped me out. And so, this was just a stop loss seeker. That's pretty much all it did, was seek stop losses. And I recognized that and ended up getting back in. Now, I didn't get in early enough because I was actually in the car on the way to the beach. So I kind of didn't get in on this candle, but I knew we had a lot more in it. I figured we would get down to this 100 level. That was where I figured we would get to today. And 100 is usually a solid level. You usually don't get through 100, especially when you've sold off like this today. But I did get in at 102 right here at 102. I took some off at $100.50, which is right close to that level. And I let it wash here and ended up taking some more here at 99.50. I kind of missed this flush, but I did catch it, right here at 99.50, and then it hit my profit stop at 101.20. So this was a home run trade. This trade practically paid for the vacation. Just like this. A morning's worth of work. When you find these and you lock in and you nail it, it's a beautiful thing. Now, yeah, if I was here, I might have looked to, take it long on this reversal. But I wasn't. I was on my phone. I couldn't see these levels. All I could do was try to remember in my head what targets I had. But just wait. Once once everything closes tonight or settles tonight, I will upload them on Profitly, and that'll have everything minus the commissions and all of that. So that'll be an actual amount. So I'd rather you see that than, just the realized gains, because that's realized gains mine, that doesn't take into account the commissions. And you can see I've got a lot of tickets on this one. So it'll be interesting to see where we end up, after commissions. All right, so that was the big day. We did have another stock on watch that turned out to be a pretty good mover. Let me bring that up. This was DBD. This was another one on our watch list. Awesome 5-minute open range breakdown. Look at that move. And the morning started out very, very slow. And, every stock we had on our watch made some significant moves. You can see CBI finally made a move. We did sell off a little bit, but then, we did try to make a move up here. And just to show you what AAP did, here's the reversal. And just kind of recovered a lot of this gap down. Now I'm looking for, possibly continue to sell off tomorrow. Maybe, another sell-off. We'll see when tomorrow comes. But that's it for me. Hope you guys have a great evening and a great night. And we will catch you tomorrow.